Oh, we're on the air. Hello, John Delarose. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. It's awesome to have you back on my channel. It's been way too long, so we decided to have our reunion today.
This is
Um,
our CG reunion, by which we mean our new movement, which is called hashtag Comic Guys. Comic
right,
Guys.
right. Hashtag comic guys,
CG stands for Comic Guys.
but also hashtag comic liberty.
Comic
Oh,
Liberty.
oh
Yes.
man, we've got some people in the chat. Hello, Fly Fox Pro. Nice to see you here. We got Ray Thulu in the chat. Hervoge, some of our regulars. Making comics the Gary Shipman way. I liked it better when it was just Gary Shipman. But he says this is unacceptable. Okay, I guess he doesn't like that I'm having John Della Rose on my
Oh
channel.
no, Gary, are you mad at me?
I know, having John is unacceptable, according to some people. He says, what is this? I guess he doesn't. Does he not know who you are? That makes it sound like he doesn't know who you are. But in the next one, he's like, this is unacceptable. Maybe he
Unacceptable.
remembered.
You
Maybe
remembered.
he had a brain fart. Um, but anyways, guys, we're here with basically a super chill stream where we're just gonna be chilling.
Yes,
No,
I
there's
love
gonna be
showing.
there's gonna be actual conversation too. Um, we've got Jake Deschain in the chat says, I don't believe you for some reason. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I've got no clue. But we've got about 9 people in here, guys. Hit the thumbs up or thumbs down, whichever one you prefer, and share out the link. Let's get some more people in here, and I'm gonna get the link copied for Flying Sparks Volume 4. John,
Yay.
what could we expect in this volume?
Tentacle monsters.
For real?
I'm not joking.
Okay. I thought you were making some sort of joke, like that just caught me
That's
off
the
guard.
problem is nobody can tell when I'm joking or not. And so like I say tentacle monsters, and I 100% mean that you will have a tentacle monster villain in Flying Sparks Volume 4, and you'll be excited by it. So
Oh my goodness,
yeah,
you're not even kidding. I just looked at the
not even
campaign.
kidding.
This is my
You
first
just you
time.
just scroll down the campaign and there's literally a tentacle monster in there. So
Oh my
there you
goodness.
go.
Is it pretty Lovecraftian?
No, that's not my speed.
Okay,
I'm very
well then
like,
I'm not buying
yeah,
it.
I'm 80s Marvel, right? So, but I just thought tentacle monsters are funny, and there's actually a second tentacle monster. So if you go, this one's kind of Lovecraftian. I'll pull this up on the screen because it's not actually on the campaign. But we also have this going on.
Oh, that is really cool.
That's kind of Lovecraftian. I think it's a kraken. It's a full on kraken. And this is in the Flying Sparks Punchline crossover. So this is our big baddie for that. So we've got
When's that
multiple.
coming out?
You can get it as an add-on for Flying Sparks Volume 4. So if you add on $10 to your pledge, you can get a physical copy. If you add on $5, you can get a digital copy, and that is how it is available right now. So yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll definitely have to be getting that one.
Yeah.
But I need to get Volume 2 first.
It's
Actually, I
got
don't have
it's
Volume 1.
Volume 2 has a cover by that guy Gary Shipman in the chat. So yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I really dig this art you're showing us here. I'm gonna share my screen real quick,
Ree!
and
See,
then
it's making all the people go ree.
I'm gonna share my screen here, and we're gonna take a look at the campaign. And I hope my dad is not watching, so he doesn't see this lewd
Do you
art
think I
that we've
shouldn't
got
have
up
done
here.
that? Should I have not put a lewd art in there? Like
No, I think you should
you
have.
should
'Cause,
you should always put lewd art, right? I mean,
yes, it's what
top.
gets clicks. It's what gets money.
It's what gets
Uh,
clicks.
everybody will click if you have that. And oh man,
There it
yeah,
is again.
I hope my dad's not watching to see these lewds. But
She's
I think
just changing into her superhero outfit.
I
There's
think
nothing
that's the
wrong.
only lewd on here. At least I hope.
It is.
But oh man, okay, so this is cool. The art on your books, John. I think these get better and better with each campaign.
Yeah, of course. Jethro's it's the same artist, but he's getting more experienced as the campaign's going on. Of course, we're getting tighter together as an artist-writer team, and so all the stuff is just like firing on full cylinders now because him and I now have worked. I guess if you read Volume 1, that we started that back in 2012, and what I did is I was so interested in just making a comic that I saved $50 or $100. It was $100 a week off of my $100 a week off of my paycheck. So I get 4 pages done a month, and then just slowly built Flying Sparks for a while. And then after a while, I realized, wow, I'm spending $400 a month on something that's not selling. So I quit doing it. And then Jethro and I lost touch for a few years. So you'll see that art there in the first couple of volumes. And then in the third volume, like it's what happens is Jethro and I got back together to kind of finish volume 3. And because volume 1 did so well, I was like, oh, we better keep this going. And then Jethro and I quit for a bit to do the Ember War graphic novel, which is a science fiction graphic novel based on Richard Fox's bestseller. And so we did 5 issues there. So by the time we got to volume 4 here and drawing this, Jethro and I had drawn, gosh, how many issues together? 15 issues together. And then this is 16, 17, 18, and then 19 is the Punchline crossover. So Jethro and I now like actually have like this huge collaboration that is very consistent. I'm excited just to have so much consistent art across a series. This is very rare for indie comics. So yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, and it's a rare thing these days to get the same artist to do a bit of a run on projects. They seem to like to jump around. They for whatever
somebody
reason.
in the chat, Killer King is talking about snakes. I don't have snakes, but we do have tentacle monsters, so it's kind of close. So,
oh man,
if that's your thing, if you're into snakes, you might like Flying Sparks 1.
Let's see. Nasser and JDA are CG again. What? Right, we're comics guys.
Comics guys. Hashtag comics guys.
But Thom KP, nice to see you here in the chat. Killer King says, interesting timing, you snakes. No, it wasn't the snake monster. It was
a tentacle monster.
Yeah, it was
Kraken.
tentacles.
Kraken. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. Thom KP says, hey, Gary, got my Deluxe Titan. It's fantastic. Can't wait for book 2. I still need to get book 1. I'm sorry, Gary. I wasn't able to back it in time. But
why did Gary retract all of his messages? Gary, what are you doing? Gary,
I don't know.
This is a controversy now.
I just saw that. I have no clue what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Gary Shipman controversy. We should retitle the stream.
Maybe he thinks he'll be blacklisted if he's seen here in the chat. Werewolf says Keith Woods doesn't engage with the import. Oh, wait, what? I have no clue what I'm reading here. Christopher C says, awesome. Returning to anti-establishment establishment. It's good to see CG can afford it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, that is gold. That is gold. But looking back at your campaign, let's see. It looks like the lowest tier here to buy in is $10, and you could get that digital, and that's really great for all the international folks. Actually, I have quite a few international people in my audience, more than I thought.
I have a high percentage. I think it's like close to 30%, so it's pretty interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's great for all of you guys that are international to get this $10 digital tier, and let's see what else. $20 it looks like is the lowest to let's see.
That's for book 1. Yep.
Oh, that's for book 1. Okay.
Yeah. So I make sure everybody can get book 1. If you got book 1 and book 2, and like just add $25 to your pledge, and I'll get you a book 2 or book 3 or whatever one you're missing. It makes it very easy. I will accommodate everybody and everything. Somebody asked if they want a T-shirt of the variant cover, which I typically don't do, but we can make it for you. We'll do whatever you want because we care about customer service, don't we, Nasser?
Definitely. That's really important around here at my channel, and sort of the people I have on and promote. That's one of the things that's most important to us.
Yeah. So it's all about that. So this entire time, it's been about coming out on time, coming out with books like clockwork. Because look, the real industry, if you want to call it that,
right,
is coming out with books every single month. You just keep getting books every single month by Jonathan Hickman or by Dan Slott or by Mark Waid. They're always coming out with a book every single month.
And anybody that says like, oh no, real art is one floppy comic every year and a half. Like, no, that's not real art.
That's not real art. No.
No, it's not.
There is real art like that. That's called paintings. But comic books are pop art. And so it's supposed to be fun pulp medium where you just keep reading books and keep getting the next installment and things like that. And so that's what our vision is, to bring things back and to create an actual industry alternative. So.
Right, and P.S. Melter here says, Flying Sparks is awesome. Can't wait to be reading number 4, Fight Back Against the Shadow Blockers. Definitely, everybody's loving Flying Sparks, so if you guys haven't tried it out yet, we've got 17 people in here. Hit the thumbs up or thumbs down, whichever you prefer, and check out John's campaign. The link's in the description, and I'm going to get it copied again here and put it in the chat real quick. There you go. And Drawn Talk, Tyler brings up a great point. He says, I'm glad there's a digital tier. It's so confusing why these big campaigns don't do digital. It's so strange. It definitely is. I think it's because they have this weird conception of it where they're like, well, why would I get $10 when I could get 35? Because off the 35 you're going to get 10 anyways, and with doing less work.
Ship, right?
And so they just want the number to look as big as possible.
They want, correct. That's more important to some people. But I just want as many people to read it as possible. So if it's easier for you on your wallet, or it's easier for you because of shipping or whatever to just get that digital version, like that's fine. It's all about reading things, and that's why I've got Kindle versions up on Amazon digitally also, so that people can always check it out. And I sell about 30 to 50 copies of Flying Sparks a month. So by the end of the year, we end up getting about 600 new readers on Flying Sparks on Amazon every single year, and it's been out for 3 years now. So that starts to compound really quick. And I don't know, I don't always go out there and just be like, hey, Flying Sparks has sold more than 3,000 copies by this point, which it has. But I mean, if you really want to get into that swinging contest, which a lot of those guys seem to do, Flying Sparks is in like the top 5 out there around this crew in terms of just units moved. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and something I see from a lot of bigger campaigns, they're always like, oh, these publishers, they're stuck in the past. They haven't done anything modern. They haven't innovated in any of their distribution or blah, blah, blah. But then these guys are still failing at that when they don't offer digital. And digital is such a crazy market. It's insanely huge. And most of the books I sell outside of Indiegogo are ebooks. So, I think at least 60%, maybe up to 70% of the books I sell on Amazon are just all ebooks.
Yes.
Everybody loves the convenience of it. They don't have to wait. They could read it right now. So if any of you want to read Flying Sparks right now, I mean, it's on Amazon. I've got the link for that in the description as well.
I'd much rather you go to the campaign right now. Let's not.
I know that's true.
No,
that's true. But I just thought
it's going to end. It's going to end in a couple days. So digitally, you can get your book ones pretty close to right away. If you haven't checked out the series yet, and book 4 is done, so it'll be up very shortly after everything's there.
Right. Get all you can through the campaign. That's important now. But after the campaign, John does have a ton of other books on Amazon too. I think you've released at least 2 books this year. I think there was the Stars Asunder.
Oh, novels. You mean? Yeah.
Huh?
Novels. You mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there was at least one other one, and then
Colony Launch and the Steam Night. I've released 3 novels this year. Yeah. So.
And then it's like you just released, or you at least just showed a cover a couple days ago, I think, for I forget the name. You've got so many books, I can't remember the titles of all of them.
It makes it hard. I'm sorry, guys. If you ever have questions about anything, I'm very happy to answer that stuff. And then I've got a full list of all my books on delarose.com. Makes it easy for everybody. But yeah, comics-wise, we now have Flying Sparks, which has 15 issues worth of content. So there's 15. The Ember War, which has 5, so that's 20. We have Spectacular Comics 1 and 2.
Yeah, that was the cover you showed off.
Number 3, right. I'm waiting for one short story to get finished on that before we can get that out. So that gets us 22. Cosmic Warrior 1 and 2 gets us 24. Clockwork Dancer number 1 gets us to 25. And is that everything? I've got other stuff in the pipeline that's not out yet, but yeah, so we've got 25 issues of content released since we started doing this at the end of 2018. So
yeah, Cosmic Warrior was a really fun issue 1. Is that an add-on on this campaign?
Yeah, all my books. So if you want physical, $10. If you want digital, $5. and that's
Everybody go
easy way
add
to do it.
on the Cosmic Warrior. That's one of the best comics I've read in the last at least 5 years, probably.
Thank you.
It's a really fun. It's a
Yeah,
really fun
once
book.
I get the funds here from Flying Sparks, I'll commission issue 3.
Yeah, I
So
still need to get issue 2. I've been awful at catching up on it, but at least issue 1 was a really fun book. It's just like the old pulps, if you guys like old pulps, but also if you like 80s Marvel, it's a nice blend of both of them.
that's what I'm going for. So I
Yeah,
really think 80s Marvel was the pinnacle of just like easy to read fun comics, right? So you always had
yeah,
you could plow through an issue at like almost a modern rate by that point, but it still had all the cool elements that that like sense of wonder that the golden and silver age had, where they're still developing stuff, trying out new stuff. You get new characters like Speedball out there, which are just wacky, and it's like and Dazzler, which are also wacky, right? And they're just fun. They didn't care, and I really like
yeah.
that vibe to it before everything decided to be all grimdark all the time, right?
Yeah, I think around 1978 to 87. I think that was pretty much prime Marvel Jim Shooter. That's their best stuff,
What I
really.
just finished reading last night. Have you read this? Um,
No,
this
I
is
haven't actually.
this is Jack Kirby's Devil Dinosaur, and it's literally like a little ape named Moon Boy who rides a red Tyrannosaurus Rex, and that's it. And it takes place in like BC times, so they fight against like tribes of apes and things like that.
Oh my goodness, I'm
And
gonna get this now.
and it's awesome. So this is the hardcover. It's out of print and difficult to find and expensive,
Oh,
but
that's
there is a
unfortunate.
soft cover that's like $20, and it's awesome.
Oh, awesome.
So
I'll just go
yeah,
for the soft cover then.
I read this last night, so I'll be reviewing this soon. And this is the type of stuff that they used to experiment with and just have fun with, and you'd be able to just like get cool stuff like a tentacle monster in Flying Sparks. And comics don't really do that anymore. They just take themselves like way too
There,
seriously. I was watching
right,
the
there's
Hut's review about Swords of X. Did you watch his review on that?
no. I
Oh
don't really
man.
watch his channel.
Oh well. He pointed it out, like it was just like Magneto was just sitting there talking and looking depressed for like 3 straight pages. Like that's
Oh
it.
man, that's
You know?
that's most comics
That's
now,
most
dude.
comics,
That's
right?
been comics. That's been comics since like the 90s at least.
Yeah.
um, But
So
it also reminds me of something you said a couple days ago on Twitter. But actually, first I want to get a little caught up in the chat before we get a little too
sure.
behind. But PS Malta says waiting a year or two for a book is a hobby, not a job. Exactly. I've put out 7 books since summer of 2018, and I'd have even more out if I had the money for it. But right now, 7 books in the time that some of these guys like Donald can't even put out one. And he keeps pushing it back, pushing it back. Go, no, it's actually coming out in 2 weeks. No, I need another month. Um, well, let's see. John talks says, what do you guys think of like a monthly book like Shonen Jump? Not weekly though, with like 5 creatives on it each month and a serialized story.
I would love to do something like that. I would find it difficult to find 5 creative teams in comics that could keep up with that, just because
Yeah,
it just doesn't seem like there's
that's
many people who can. So
that's what I was gonna
yeah,
say too, and especially like we said earlier on the stream, artists like to jump around, which is really stupid. I don't know, man. They just don't like to stay on a comic for more than 2 issues. It seems like. Um, I don't know. That's the thing I liked about like earlier comics, like with Jack Kirby stuff. Like he's gonna draw a book. He's gonna draw it for 30 issues, or at
yeah.
least you get Steve Ditko drawing Spider-Man for I think the first 48 issues, maybe, something like that. Like at least it was consistent.
Kirby did Fantastic Four for 102 issues.
Yeah, that too.
So yeah, I
Yeah,
like that
so
too. And so, and if you like that, and you want consistency in your storytelling and in that, again, Flying Sparks is a great spot because we've got 15 issues of content and it's very consistent. It's progressing all the characters. We're getting there. Hey, we got one backer while we're on the stream here.
awesome,
So thank you, Nasser, and
awesome.
thank you, friends of Nasser.
And it,
Yeah,
and it does get easier to write when you're writing for the same artist across so many issues instead of if you change it after 2 or 3 you might have to change up the style a little bit, depending on how they like to work, what kind of script they like to work from, or if they're an artist that you really gotta like you got to over explain things to them. Like
I'm not gonna lie. There was one issue of Flying Sparks here for Volume 4 where there's a fight scene for 3 pages that needs to happen, and I'm like, just draw whatever you want, but it has to end here.
yes, like that's perfectly fine. But then there are artists that are like really dumb, so it's like you really just gotta like uh, over explain it to them so they'd finally understand it.
Totally. Yeah, I wouldn't do that with a new artist that I'm working with at all. But having worked with Jethro for so long, it's like he'll draw the fight scene fine. It'll be great. So yeah.
Let's see. Didn't Jump just post their manga on a digital app daily or weekly for certain series and monthly for others? It's pretty cheap, like $2 a month. Yeah, I think they did do that. I don't know what kind of numbers they pull in, but I think it's doing well. I think that was like a year or two ago. Let's see. Tyler says they get more backers. Honestly, if it was digital, I sell 100 to 200 a month on just digital comics because it's so easy.
Yep.
Definitely, definitely.
Me too.
Yeah, and PS Melder says that's easy money. Let's see. That helps on food and rent and supplies if needed. And then he says, I just finished Black Ops 3 and Thrashers. Good indie books from great creators like JDA and Nasser.
Thanks, my man.
Yeah, thanks, man. But what I was saying earlier before I caught up in the chat was something you said earlier, or well, not earlier, a few days ago, probably like a week ago, maybe at this point, that I wanted to talk about was something you said about degeneracy being a crux of bad writers. I wanted to talk about that. What was the context of that again? Was there something happening on Twitter where you said that? Because I just remember I read that and I was like, this would make such a great topic for a stream, and then it took us a while to get a stream going.
I don't know. I think I was looking at a Kickstarter and it was just like, it was just like buy the uncensored cover, right? Or something like that. Because like 90% of Kickstarter comics do that, right?
Yes.
And I was just thinking, and I was looking at the sales, and I was looking at just like how well the uncensored cover was doing, and they charged like double for it too, so they really just get you like a simp, right?
Oh my goodness.
And I'm just like, degeneracy really is like just like they don't even like people aren't buying the product or even looking at it for what the story is or anything like that. They just were like, 2D titties, wow, and that's it.
Oh,
so,
man. Do they know they could go to Google and find it for free?
I never understood that, and I still don't understand OnlyFans, where it's like you're not getting a relationship out of it; you're just getting pictures or something, and like
right. It's
like there's Google.com if you're that desperate. Like it's not that hard, and it's very bizarre to me. But this is the true reality of internet culture at this point, and it's the true reality of our culture too. If you look at all the HBO shows and all that, like in order to like get people in on those first couple episodes,
oh my goodness,
they always just like have like the like weird sex party or something going on like in those first couple episodes to try to like get you in. And if you notice, like later on, they usually back off of that in series, except for in Game of Thrones where it's just disgusting.
I never watched Game of Thrones, and that's the first thing that came to my mind when you said degeneracy sells.
It is.
I know we've talked about Game of Thrones briefly, and I've never read it or watched it. I have no desire to, because every single person in my life that's ever recommended it to me says, "Oh, you should really watch Game of Thrones, but don't watch it with any of your family around. There's a lot of incest and nudity, and I'm just like,
it's just garbage writing all the way around. And there's nothing good about that. I'm sorry.
And people are like, yeah, and it's like every episode there's more like incest. I'm just like, why are you watching this? It just sounds so gross. Like, I've never heard anybody tell me what the actual story of Game of Thrones is. All I know about Game of Thrones is there's just nudity and there might be a dragon or something, but whatever the pitch is, I've never heard it.
South Park made fun of it really good. Did you ever watch the South Park that was making fun of it?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's like they kind of did their own fake Game of Thrones like episodes of it. And it was a couple episodes, and Butters was like really caught up on it, and he's like, why is there so much wiener? Like, and it's always gay wiener. Like, why are they showing so much gay wiener? And they're like, and he's like, I think I figured it out. That's because gay wiener is less threatening to women. It was so funny. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And South Park killed it. And then they had like a choir do the Game of Thrones theme song, but just singing it, saying "wiener, wiener, wiener, wiener" over and over again, and it was pretty great. So, and that encompasses Game of Thrones. There's literally nothing to it other than that. So,
Oh my goodness! Like there's never been a time where I'm watching a show and I'm like, you know, what would make this better if there was just nudity in it and maybe a little incest and maybe like one little like 2 minute scene with a dragon somewhere. Like I have like no desire to watch this show. Like I don't know why everybody's like obsessed with it. And like I just want one person in the chat just to tell me what the pitch of this show is. Like does it exist? But we've got let's see, Lion Cult 101 Hunter here says hello from England. Well, hello, dude. Hello from America.
Hey, welcome.
Full Custom Hot Dogs says just watch Game of Thrones with Grandma. Okay. George R.R. Martin wrote it with one hand, says Mars 10.
That sounds about right.
Oh my goodness. Like I would
I guess that's why he's so slow at writing it, you know. That makes sense.
Oh my goodness. Bianca Fights the Zombies says gay wiener. Okay.
Thanks, Bianca.
Melter says anything on HBO, Showtime, and Stars. Excuse me, that is an original series, a softcore porn disguised as a TV show for adults, like Ray Donovan or God or Shameless or whatever. Oh my goodness, Shameless. That was one that was like, I can't believe I watched the first episode of this show. Somebody was like, it was actually a few people were like, oh, we're watching Shameless, you should watch it. I'm like, well, what is it? Like, oh, it's just like a drama, it's real good, just watch it. And so I opened up the first episode on Netflix, which Netflix is really trash, but I watched the first episode on there a few years ago, and I didn't even finish it. I was like, what did you like about this? And they're like, the drama. And I'm like, you just like stupid people just arguing and getting naked? Like, that's what we got to do, John. We got to just make books like that. Like that's what's going to sell.
Stupid people arguing and getting naked. I'm good. I'm going to write it. And my next book, which is coming out after Flying Sparks, is going to be Dave's Volt. And it is just going to be literal crusading. And I've gotten it dialed in art-wise to where it's going to be the colors and all that are going to look like they're straight out of a 1970s Marvel comic book. I'm dialing back that vibe of things so far that that's gonna be awesome. That's all.
Melter didn't give the real pitch. Well, I mean, I guess this is the real pitch, but I was like, is there a pitch for the actual story? And this is the first thing that comes up. It's just like 2 minutes of dragon, and then the rest of it is just degeneracy.
Yeah, sounds right.
Oh man, but those campaigns, yeah, with like when they're like, because I see, I don't want to name anybody, but I do see like a couple campaigns that all come up in my feed, and they're like, buy this cover, buy the uncensored cover, and I'm just like, I don't know, dude. I'm just like, really? Why don't you just tell us about the story? Like, why do we have to just hear about the covers? But I mean, like, I get it though. Like, it sells. Like,
the covers is it. Nobody cares about the story, and that's the truth. Sad.
That is really sad. Man, why do you think that is though? Why has it changed so much to go from? Was it ever about story, or has it always been like this?
I don't think it has, because I was actually reading about Conan the Barbarian in the 70s. When Roy Thomas did it with Barry Windsor Smith, and they actually revised a lot of the covers and threw out a couple covers because Barry Windsor Smith drew some cool monsters for the covers, and they looked awesome. But editorial was like, hey, when it's actually like Conan and humans fighting on the cover, like people buy it better. So we want you to just do that, even though it doesn't have anything to do with the story. And so it even dates back that far into the 70s to where it's like the cover is really just what sells everything, and people are just looking for brand and cover in the comic book industry, at least since that point. So it makes it challenging as an indie writer, because it's like you can tell one of the greatest superhero stories ever, which I think I've got here, and it's really hard to just get people to check it out and get in the door. Once I get somebody actually like reading and reviewing it, though, it seems to be like, oh, I get it, and this story point and this story point and this story point all mean this, and it's been pretty nice once I get there. But it is the cover pretty much solely that does it, which is why I have a girl changing as my cover.
Well, yeah, I mean, people do judge books by their covers, and that's I mean, that's what interests me when I'm just if I'm just looking at covers, like if I'm just like at a half price books or something, and I'm just looking through the shelves, and like I just see a cover, I'm like, oh, that looks cool. Let's see what it is. Like I understand that part of it, but when people only buy the book for the cover, like that is like just really retarded, especially when they shell out double because it's uncensored. Her arm is going to be out of the way.
Yeah, pretty simpy. Oh well.
Yeah, but let's see what else is going on in the chat. MCTV is here. New name around the channel. Nice to see you here, man. MCTV, nice to see you. Bianca fights the zombie says, I have discovered that thumbnails with jugs get more views than
Oh, for
anything
sure.
else.
Bianca knows. Bianca knows. Bianca does great jobs with clickbait titles. Speaking of which, like, I mean, I see those on there, and it's like I click every time. You get me so hard. You get me so hard.
Oh
Oh
man,
wait, that was bad phrasing. Let's not go there.
I didn't even think of that for a second. Oh man. Oh
Oh
man.
man,
Oh man, but I should do that for the thumbnails of my videos.
you should. Why not?
Oh man, maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Just to get two boobs and have one say C, the other one G, and then everybody will click.
MCTV says the new name joke is tired too. I don't know what he means.
I don't understand the new name joke.
I don't know either. But let me get the link copied again for Flying Sparks Volume 4, and we will get it here in the chat. There we go. So everybody go check out this book. I think you said it went up a backer, so I'm gonna refresh it and we'll see what it went up to. Of course it takes forever when I refresh it.
Of
Okay.
course it takes forever.
$11,073.
Yeah.
Awesome. 225 backers and 3 days to go. Right now, John is on the sort of closeout tour.
Closeout tour. I made a big mistake this time around. Well, it was not intentional. It just was what I had to do. But we had to get out of the smoke here in California because it was impossible to breathe for like 3 weeks. So I went to Austin for a week and I went to Nashville for a week, and I didn't stream at all, barely promoted at all. So I spent 2 weeks of the campaign just like on vacation almost, and that was rough. But oh well, we had to because our state was on fire here. What can you do?
Yeah. And let's see, we have a question here. Have you watched the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? No, I haven't, but I actually plan to watch it soon, man. Um, I think I'm missing something in the chat. I think I'm missing a conversation or something going on between
I
Melter
don't know what's going on here at all.
MCTV. I'm a little confused, and of course it wouldn't be a Nasser stream without me shilling as well. So I'm gonna post a link to my
You
books
should. It's your
in the
channel.
chat.
Jeez.
But man, I've had one of my best months ever on Amazon. I've sold 31 books this month, which is my second most ever. My best month was July of last year. I sold 38. This month I sold
Congrats.
31. And it's also my best month though for Kindle Unlimited page reads. We have I think 1,428, which beats my record of 1,313, I think. So it's been a really awesome month, all because I released book 3 in the Eternity series.
Always release series. I keep telling Nasser this. He's like, I need to do something with its sales and all that. And I said, write a full trilogy, get a full trilogy out, make sure it's linked and all that. People want to read series. And Nasser's like, I don't know, I've got a bunch of stories. I'm like, don't do it, Nasser. Write a series.
Oh man, I just figured. Well, I mean, when I launched Eternity in July last year, I always had this idea for the sequel, but I was like, I'll do it at another time. And then every time I messaged you, I'm like, my books aren't selling, and you're like, well, mine are, and I'm like, well, how? And you're like, because I did a series. I'm like, are you sure that's the trick?
That's the trick.
So then the next book I put out after that was earlier this year was the sequel to Eternity called Inner Demons, and then this month I put out Locked Coffin, so that completes the trilogy. But every story idea I had, I learned from John how to just make sequels to them. Well, sort of. John was just like, do whatever you can to make it a sequel. I was like, I got you.
Now I got to go and red pill you the next level, which is
All right.
you don't just want a trilogy, you want like 5 or 6 books, because the read through on that is going to be where the profitability is, and it's just going to. What happens is you get book 1, it sells. Book 2 is going to sell like 40 to 60% of book 1 typically, and then book 3 is going to sell like 80 to 90% of book 2. But from that point forward, it's just even. So every book you come out with at that point not only sells you more of book 1, book 2, book 3, but it also sells you from there on. And it starts dropping off, I don't have a personal experience with this, but I've seen enough data on this. Around like book 8 or 9 is when it like that's enough of the curve there. But you got to get it to around 5 or 6 books.
Yes, the next series I'm gonna put out is actually 5 books, and I have them all written. It's gonna be I'm gonna try and do the one a month thing. I've already paid for 2 covers, just 3 more to go, and then it's gonna be like a one a month thing. But that's probably gonna be I'd say maybe early next year. I don't think I'm gonna launch it around the holidays, so probably early next year. Sometime, but yeah, I've seen some people. I think Craig talked about this it was probably a few months ago. It was probably back in the summer when he was saying something about when the series drops off. But I mean, he's got some series that go like 20, actually go like 20 or 25 books or something. So I'm sure there's still even read through there when it gets to like by book like 5, like you said, where it's pretty even. So it probably, like for someone like him that sells a bunch of books, it probably stays even for a lot longer than most of us.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Nasser should make 30 one-shot micro books, each under 10 pages. Again, I don't get the joke, but okay. Revolver Solver says, John, need music recommendations for my MAGA Troll CD. I'll be playing at max volume at my neighbor's when Trump wins. This sounds kind of lame.
I would play the Team America World Police, the America Fuck Yeah song, over and over. You don't really need any song other than that. So that's it.
Oh man, which definitely, there's going to be 4 more years.
That's the only song you need.
Yeah, but I think it's definitely going to be 4 more years. I don't think there's any way around it.
There's fraud, which
that's true.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do mail-in voting. I'm actually going to go in person. I don't trust anybody.
I don't either. I don't even trust the in-person voting. It's like there's still so much that can be tampered with on every level. It's like, come on. Yeah,
that's true. Let's see. When John came on my show, he just blew my mind with Amazon knowledge.
Dude, and that was so long ago now. Like my whole system's been updated like none other. I have such consistent sales going on at this point that I've got like this major system. And
have you been doing anything new? Like, is there anything new? Any new tips to give? Or?
Just Amazon ads. So yeah. Just,
oh man, all my Amazon ads are they end up going into the negative. I think I've only ever had like one.
You're probably
Amazon
bidding too high. You're probably just bidding too high.
No, like I mean, like I've done ads where I'll do like a 20-cent bid, and then I just end up getting like a bunch of clicks, but then it just ends up like one sale out of like like 100 clicks or something.
Then the answer on that, because your conversion rate should be 10 to 1 clicks or less. Yeah, the answer on that means your cover or your blurb is not genre appropriate enough.
Well, it did do better when I changed the blurb in the in the Amazon descriptions. I changed the blurbs there, but I don't know. I think a lot of those ads too were before I even had 3 books in the Eternity series out. So I don't know. I've been tinkering around with some ads lately. Nothing much though. I'm doing a little bit of experimenting with them right now, trying to get more prepared for when I do the next series, which is probably going to be early next year sometime, maybe by February, I
And the
think.
big deal is maybe, the people in the chat and all that can help with this. You really want to get Eternity up to like 25 reviews/ratings as
Yeah.
much as you can. So that really helps everybody so much. When that 25 number or so is when people start to see, okay, enough other people have read this that like it's a real deal. It's not just like a author and a couple of his friends. So it helps so much. If you take like 30 seconds to just do that, it's a huge deal. Huge deal.
Oh, definitely. I think I just got review number 8 on it. I think the most reviews I have on one book is 12 right now. I think the Eclipse Theater has 12. So yeah, guys, please leave a review for my books and for John's books if you haven't already, and definitely check out Flying Sparks. I'm posting the link again in the chat. It's also down in the description. Wherever you prefer to grab the link from, go check out the Kickstarter. John passed 11,000, I think, earlier today.
Yeah.
So and he's got 3 days to go, so you don't want to miss out. Definitely back it and share it with all your friends. Let everybody know about it. Anybody that likes comic books, superhero comics, definitely let them know about this book. Let's see. I've forgotten who Adam Post is, honestly. Yeah, I don't even know who that is. Let's see. Revolver Solver says, "How well do Amazon ads work though? With my ad blocker, I haven't seen an ad in years."
Amazon ads work great. It generates me a lot of revenue. So for every dollar I put in, I get about $2.50 out. So I'll keep doing it as long as it keeps making money like that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, plenty of people see the ads. I mean, I think my ads have like 2 million impressions. So like, even if somebody hasn't technically even read it, they just scrolled by it. I mean, Amazon, they even send out emails too. Like book recommendations and then it'll have the name on your account there.
Pretty great.
I get those all the time. So, and one of and I think some of mine have ended up in emails because one of my friends one time looked at one of my books when I launched it, and then he said like 5 minutes later he got
That's
an email
awesome.
from Amazon about it. So, I mean, the ads, I mean, people get them in their emails. Not everybody uses ad blockers, so some people will see them. The really cool feature is the also bots, or even I think there's even one that's like customers that just viewed this item also viewed. So like Amazon's got a few places where you could end up. They've even got, but this one doesn't. This one didn't work too well for me, and you warned me about it before I wasted my money.
I know, and
Kindle.
you never listen to me.
Oh,
You never
the
listen to me.
the Kindle one. They have this ad where you could post it on like people's Kindle devices, so it'll pop up on the screen, and John's like, no, everybody's gonna click on it on accident, and it's gonna cost you money. I'm like, I'm just gonna try it, and then it lost me money, and I got like one sale and lost like $100. I don't know if that's the exact number, but it was something like I must have spent like $40 and got like one sale. But I was partially on me because I forgot to check it for a few days, and then I saw how many clicks it got, but like one sale. Oh man, who do Nasser and JDA have for the finals? I would love to see the Heat win. Just because they're the underdog, and I don't like LeBron. But then again, I would like to see them win it for Kobe, but I might have to go with the Heat. I might have to say Heat in 7. I'm probably gonna. This is not gonna age well. It's probably gonna be Lakers in 4.
I don't watch commie propaganda.
Oh, that's right. Every time I
Yeah.
turn it on, it is CNN. Um, I dislike that too, dude. But I don't know. I've still been tuning in.
Yeah, I don't tune in. I quit. I dropped my baseball season tickets, everything. So done. We're not no more. They're not getting my money. They're not getting my views. And if that's how they want to act, then they can go do that. So same with it's the same thing. It's like Marvel and DC. I see all these channels and they're like, we're going to be reviewing the latest Marvel book. It sucks and it's riddled with propaganda. It's like, why? It's like, stop buying it.
Yeah. Yeah. I've stopped reading any new Marvel or DC. Like I think it was like 2 years ago, probably. Actually, I stopped buying from all the comic book companies outside of indie guys. Or if I buy anything from a company, it might be something that's like 40 years old at this point. But like any new comics I buy is just indie stuff, just like Tim and Mark's books, and that's like mostly it. um, so yeah, I don't know. Mainstream comics are just so boring. Just indie only, CG only.
CG only. I guess that's what we should do. So if we're gonna do a Shonen Jump magazine that has a sampler like that, Nasser and maybe Tyler too, we'll make a book and call it CG only and put it out. What do you think?
Right, comic guys only.
I really want to do this because I think people would lose their shit for us doing that. So it'd be funny.
Oh man. Well, they can't say anything. I came back to CG. I rejoined it. There's a video all about it that dropped this morning. Um, let's see. MCTV says, "Is John in a hotel or is that room really that bland?"
I don't know. Backflying sparks, and I'll put original art on the walls. You know.
Right. Oh man, everybody would say that about my room down here in the basement when I would put my camera on, and there would just be a blank wall behind me, and everyone's like, "Are you in a prison cell?" Now they could see one bookshelf, I think, or no, they could see two of them, and my poster over there. So they don't say anything now, but everybody used to say like, "Oh man, are you in a prison cell or something?" Let's see. I do have one Nasser book, but someone sent it to me free. Oh man, that's unfortunate that they lost out on money there and oh man, I'll send them whatever they sent you for free. I'll reimburse them whatever it was. Um MCTV says, "Whoa, Heat in 7." Um yeah, I know it's probably gonna be like Lakers in 4. Um but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's just a game. And a game played by commies. He says, "You use Amazon, John."
I make money off of Amazon.
NBA is commie, but I use Amazon constantly. LMAO.
Amazon pays me, and they're not banning me. So yes, that's actually true.
Yeah, Amazon pays me too. It might be uh, $5 a month if I'm lucky, but they still pay me. Oh man, we're up to like 60 something dollars this month, so that's pretty cool. that's that's
The NBA does not pay me a percentage to watch their games. So if they did, then we can talk, I guess. So
Oh man, yeah, the dumb like commercials and virtue signaling wouldn't bother me if they paid me. Like it is so annoying though. So what I do actually is when I just sit down to watch basketball, dude, I just have some YouTube I'm watching on my phone playing, so I'm just like not even hearing them when like I got on Twitter the other day and someone's like I was looking at like all the memes and stuff, on basketball Twitter, and then some people were like, "Oh, did you hear this announcer talking about arresting the cops that killed Breonna Taylor?" And I was just like, "Oh, they must have said that," but I didn't hear it.
I have a
'cause I was
very
just watching
important
YouTube.
breaking news to discuss, which I know Cherry wants to be a part of. So, men's cuddling group aims to redefine masculinity and heal trauma. Cherry, this is for you.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Cherry's got to. Cherry's got to join this. Cherry, I think you should join. This would be great. This would be great for you. Men's cuddling group aims to redefine masculinity and heal trauma. This is Cherry, 1,000%. Now we just need somebody to Photoshop a little cherry, like maybe right here on like one of these bald guys' heads, like just get a little cherry on top.
I know. We should cringily put a cherry there, and then put your face here, my face here. I think there was a group that used to make memes like that were very cringy, and we could and like, oh yeah, we got to put Renfamous in it too. You can't forget Renfamous, right? And then
Right.
and then we're good to go. So yeah,
Oh man.
Cherry is the red beard. Yes.
Oh man. Oh man, my dad just texted me because man,
Is your dad watching the men's cuddling
No,
group?
no,
Okay.
no, he's not actually. I'm glad he's not. I'm glad he's not. But my dad, no, my dad just texted me about something else. He because I always buy scratch offs and I always lose. But he just texted me a picture of when he won $200 on the scratch off.
Wow.
I'm so jealous, man. I always buy scratch offs, and like I've sent them to Cherry before. I'll send him like, "Oh man, I just bought a $10 scratch off. Let's see what I get," and then I lose, and I always lose. And my dad's just like, "Oh, here, I won $200." I'm just like, "You gotta be kidding me." Oh man. Let's see. Are three of these guys just one Donald delay in the Other two are his wife's boyfriend. What do you mean? Are three of these guys just? Oh, are three of them is? Wait, what? I'm kind of lost on what that's supposed to mean. Are three of them Donald and the other two are his wife's boyfriend? I don't get it. What is that supposed to mean?
Three of those guys, one Donald DeLay, and the other two his wife's boyfriends.
I get the wife's boyfriend meme because his wife
the wife's
actually had
boyfriend
one, but I'm a little bit lost right here on what it means. That Donald is fat. That like three of them are the size of one Donald. I guess I get what you mean, man. But like, if you have to explain the joke, it's not really that funny. But
Womp
like,
womp.
let's see, MCTV. I mean, seriously, what's the difference of a cuddling group and a social media hug box?
The tips don't touch.
Oh my goodness.
Next question.
Right. Oh man. And there's nothing else in the chat, so like
I know we're
now
stuck
it's-
with this now. You're stuck with this image of men cuddling.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Except for I'll just unshare my screen.
here's the here's
Let's
the
speak of which. Five
here's
flying sparks.
here's the Kickstarter. We've got like 19 people in here, guys. Hit the thumbs up or thumbs down, whichever you prefer. Share out the link for this stream. Let's get some people in here. Let's also share out the link for the Kickstarter. Let's see. I think I missed something in the chat. EVS is streaming. Started 70 minutes ago. Same old expletive.
We
I
can
don't-
stream for 3 hours too.
I don't even know what this is supposed to mean. like I don't know what any of that has to do with what's going on here, Rip. But okay. Now the chat's getting a little bit boring. Anyways, guys, tell us something interesting in the chat so we can get off this
Something interesting in
topic.
the chat.
Huh?
I could put up a new preview page, which I haven't shown anybody, I guess. Here's some of our end of Volume 4 here, where we get Metaman showing up in the middle of a big fight here. And the villain who was subsequently taken down by him in issue 2 really is a bit scared by that. So I like the reaction shots right there. Metaman looks super heroic, super masculine. He's not cuddling. He's not.
Right.
He's not about to cuddle, friends. This is not.
Right.
This is
Right.
not his
He's-
cuddle look.
Right. He's not a bunch of cherries cuddling. Oh
So
man.
yeah,
Random McRanderson. Such an awesome name, says Kick Nasser. Alrighty then.
Oh, it's Skinny's birthday. Tell Skinny happy birthday from me.
Oh, happy birthday, Skinny. He's got childbearing hips.
He's got childbearing. No, he doesn't. Come on. He has big, thick thighs, though. Those are thick thighs, but the hips
Oh
are
my
not
goodness.
big. They're proportionate. He's got a big chest. Look at that.
Oh man. How much does it usually cost for your novel covers? Sort of depends, man. Close to, like $500. Although I think the last one was like 250. Or maybe it was 350 actually. Anywhere in that range.
Yep.
Yeah, about 350 to 500. It just sort of depends. If you want your cover designer rather, because I have a cover designer, not really an artist. Although I did have an artist for one of my covers, but my cover designer just depends if you want her to do multiple designs to choose from, or just one, and it depends if you want just the ebook cover or ebook and paperback. Of course, I get both. I think most indies might just do ebooks. But it just sort of depends on that, and different cover designers have different rates. But that's about how much I pay. Thick all over.
Yeah.
I have to ask their pronoun, I think.
I don't know. Random McRanderson seems to like the man meat. So there you go.
Oh man, but no, that is a good page. That's pretty cool that we got this new page reveal.
Yeah.
Here live on
There we
my,
go.
on my
Live.
channel.
Super news. Super news.
Right, breaking news.
Breaking
News.
news.
Share out the stream. Let everyone know that we've got some breaking news here. Let's see. How is the new job? It's a job. It's pretty boring, but it's I don't know. It's just part time, 25 hours a week, and it leaves me with a lot of time to write. I just finished up writing a new novel called The Dollhouse. It was
Awesome.
58,000 words. Finished it yesterday. I should have started a new one today, but I was like, well, I won't get that much into it. I should have started a new one today. I'm probably going to start another book tomorrow. But yeah, just finished up a novel. So I mean, it's cool. You know, it's a really short shift. It's 5 hours. It's 10 to 3. So I'm able to get up early and do a little writing. And usually I get around 1,500 words done before work, maybe 2,000 if I'm lucky, and then I finish the rest after. I try to get about 3,000 words a day. But yeah, so it's you know, it's pretty boring, but it's just part time. Leaves me with a lot of time to write. Um, where have you been, Melter? You got a new job, no more banking. I haven't been banking since
That's been a
2019,
while.
man.
Jeez. Get with
Right,
the program.
it's been since 2019, man. I left there in 2019, and at the at the end of the year, I thought I found a marketing job. It turned out to be a pyramid scheme, and then I left that, and then by the time I was done with that, it was 2020. We were like maybe just a few days away from 2020, and then took me a while. I was trying to find something, and then Corona happened, and everything closed. And like I was looking at other banks, and then there were some banks that like all their positions they just took them off their website, like they just weren't hiring at all. So no, I'm not in banking anymore. Even though I was looking for something in banking, I wasn't able to find one after Corona hit. So although I did get an interview at a bank right before I got the offer for this job, and this job paid so much more that I took this job.
Nice. Well, good work. Yeah.
But it was cool. It was cool working at a bank, finding old silver coins. I know I'm a boomer. I'm an old man. Um, but finding silver coins was really fun. Let's see. Ooh, what was the name of the pyramid scheme? Was it Cutco Knives or Fran Tarkenton related? I have no clue what that's supposed to mean, but no, I think it's a new business that's only like 10 years old or something. Business in quotes.
Cutco Knives. Wow, that's a reference. Nice.
To what? I don't know what that is.
Just like just a actual pyramid scheme. It's a knife selling pyramid scheme. That's it. Yeah.
I bet Cherry
I'm
must have fought for that
surprised
one.
somebody remembered that. That's funny.
Maybe that was one Cherry got sucked into. Oh man.
All right.
Oh boy.
Well,
But
we've been
we're
about an
coming up.
hour, and so
Yeah, I was just about to say we're coming up on an hour here.
I
We're
forgot all I can
but
do streaming before I just turn into a pumpkin. So
right.
pumpkin spice latte.
We're about to hit the 57-minute mark. I guess we'll go like 3 more minutes and just hit an even
Just to
hour.
make sure
I
it's
guess.
exact. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Still got about 19 or 20 people in here. So even though we're going to end in a few minutes, please share out the link anyways, because maybe somebody will catch it on replay. Also, share out the Flying Sparks link, please, and check it out
Back
down
Flying
here in the
Sparks.
chat. Check it
Last
out
3
down here in
days,
the
guys.
chat.
This is
3
it.
days left.
Not going to Indiegogo, not going to Indemans. I'm just coming out with more comics. So as it rolls along, we're just going to keep rolling at this point forward. And I'm excited. This storyline's really gone to a beautiful spot, and we're going to close it out in volume 5. So we're almost there, almost to the end of this. And yeah, good time.
Cherry says, if you were alive in the 90s, you should know about the Cutco scam. Well, I was like 2.5 when the 90s
Nasser's a
ended.
baby.
I was born in 97. I've really no memories of the 90s. Let's see. I won't give money to Kickstarter for any reason. Well, why is that, man? You're not hurting Kickstarter, man. You're hurting creators.
But it'll give YouTube super chats, right? That's the right.
I wish. Random McRanderson, please give me a super chat here before we end. But no, the only people you're hurting with that is just the creators. Kickstarter has, I don't know, millions or billions of dollars. They've got something. They've got a lot of money. And just one person not backing them isn't really going to hurt them. They get tons of backers from not just comics,
I know.
but
He's now ranting about them gatekeeping on YouTube. That's just so funny. So funny. Oh wow.
But like the thing is like Kickstarter's got like multi-million-dollar projects from like so many other different industries, and like they make a lot of money, and they don't care if somebody doesn't back a comic for $10, you know. But the people it hurts is the creators, because that's one copy John's not selling. That's money that's not going towards this book, towards the artist and the colorist and letterer and the creative team. And oh wait, no,
Yeah.
I think you letter your comics, don't you?
No, not the flagship here. I use a better
Oh,
letterer than
okay.
me. Yeah.
But still,
Hmm.
either way, it's that's money. That's money that's gone from John and his team, and that's Kickstarter doesn't really care. It's you're not
No.
hurting
No, and
Kickstarter.
you
You're
want to be
hurting
on
the
the platform where
creators.
the most people are looking is what comes down. So if you want to be in every store possible. If Walmart offers me a deal for Flying Sparks, I'll put Flying Sparks in Walmart. That's the smartest thing anybody could do. And so obviously they're not politically gatekeeping because I'm about as right wing as it gets, and they don't bother me. So that's kind of untrue there. I'm making money off their platform, and they are letting me utilize it, and they're letting people see my project who are just people out there that use it. And it's the biggest crowdfunding platform out there. I will probably put up a store on Mindy Wheeler's indie comics, indiecreators.com or something like that. They're making a crowdfund website themselves, and I want to support them. So I will probably put up a store there to buy my books also. But beyond that, I don't really care which like left-wing company that you're with, like Amazon, YouTube, Twitter. Indiegogo is one of the
And
worst
they've all
SJW
gate
companies
kept.
there are.
They've,
I
they've
mean,
all gate kept.
they're all
Like every
terrible
single
companies.
one.
So
Like
it is what it is.
like if you really cared about gatekeeping, you just wouldn't use any website ever, because there's somebody that's been gate kept.
Right. So, and that's the truth. So it's sad that people don't care about comics at the end of the day, and they just want to do the team rival things. But you know what? You can go to when I get up on indie creator. What is it? Do you even know what is their website? Hold on,
No,
let me pull
I
it up.
don't know.
Indie
Um,
it's Indie Crowdfund. It's called indiecrowdfund.com. Once I'm up on there, you'll be able to check it out, and you will enjoy the book there, because I know you're totally going to back it if it's on a different platform. And that's never been the case. People just use this as an excuse and like to kind of snipe. I know how it goes. So
Oh man, not when says hello, fellow Chads. Well, hello, not when you're coming in here at the end. I'm just gonna go real quick through the last few messages here in the chat, but not when. Sorry, you showed up at the end here. Let's see. Boycotting some companies and not boycotting others. Hypocrisy is the saddest, most pathetic trend of the 2000s. Hashtag prove me wrong. There are conservatives on Kickstarter like JDA and Doug Naples, so not true.
we're both pretty high profile. If they were going to just screw with us because of politics, they would screw with both of us because of
Right,
politics for sure. So
right. Then take Kickstarter's money and not mine.
okay,
Uh,
I will.
let's. RCM got kicked off because he never shipped his book or
Yeah, I know
like
that's
after a
also
year
true.
of getting funded. Yeah. I guess.
That was ugly.
Yeah, I guess that's why. I don't really know. I mean, I hear like 10 different reasons, but if I had to guess one, that's it, because he did have one that was like 3 years late. Um, can you guys recommend a Python code that allows for fractions of a cent to be deposited into another account without anyone know? I have no clue what's going on. You literally went straight to slippery slope. Again, I don't know what this means. He says don't use any websites. Um, Way
Okay.
to engage in good faith. I mean, no, dude, I'm
I just don't think you're engaging in good faith,
like
Brandon McRanderson. Sorry. You know,
no, man. It's just the point is that you're not sticking it to Kickstarter. You're sticking it to creators who
look,
need this money to fund their
here's the
projects.
truth. I mean, I have people who back me off the grid. I've got one backer who gives me $1,000 every campaign, and he just gives me one book, and he says I'm just helping to produce things, and he does it offline, off the grid, not
Oh man,
not
you
through
gotta
any
slide in
websites.
my way.
And I can't because I can't reveal the person's identity. And I help them. So if you wanted to
Just
engage
tell
in
them
good
about
faith,
me.
if you wanted to engage in good faith, you'd be like, hey, I want to buy the book and I want to give you money. How do I do so? And I'd say, hey, you can Venmo or PayPal me or whatever, and I'll send you the book. But since you just went on there to like attack the platform that the book's on, which I'm trying to just sell this now without something like that, without anything positive or anything like that, it means you're probably not engaging in good faith, especially with a sort of like egg avatar going on. It's usually just concern trolling from what I can tell.
Yeah, but anyways, Not One says I never show up in time for the live streams. That's why I usually pop in just to say hi. Well, that sounds like a great note to end on. We've gone for an hour and 4 minutes, a few minutes longer than we thought. But
I know, bonus time.
Yeah, bonus but time. anyways, here's the link one last time for the Kickstarter. Actually, I'll post it one more time. There we go, and it's also down in the description. Have a great day, everybody. Oh, wait, hold on. Somebody says, Nasser, you suck. Totally forgot you existed. Nice. Then why are you here?
Why are you here? Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
See, another egg account concern troll. Yeah.
Right. Oh, well. Anyways, see you guys. Peace.